Bultos, bultites, bultitas, bienvenidos de nuevo al Bulto Club. Aquí está su tío Xofito, como siempre, amándolos a la distancia, bola de nalgones preciosos. Regresamos a esta su amada sección, el Bulto Entrevista, y como siempre les traemos invitados de primera calidad, así es. Señores y señores, campeón de tríos de lucha underground, campeón mundial de parejas de PWG, campeón de parejas de Jersey y Pro Wrestling también, campeón mundial crucero de la AAA, campeón mundial de parejas de AAA, el güero del cielo, que ya no es tan güero del cielo, pero que seguirá siendo güero del cielo.
El luchador más guapo. Oh, espera.
Oh,
no, perdón.
Jack Evans. Jack, muchas gracias por estar aquí en el Bulto Club. Es tu casa. Muchas gracias. ¿Algo que le quieras decir a los bultitos antes de que empecemos?
Si juegas Blaze Blue, contáctame, ok, necesito practicar contigo porque estoy cansado de ¿cómo se dice? Perdiendo contra las personas en línea. So, tú y yo practicamos juntos. Blaze Blue Central Fiction, vámonos. Ok, no, estoy dictado, perdón.
Perfecto. Jack, vamos a empezar con esto porque hay lados donde dicen que eres de California y hay lados donde dicen que eres de Washington. Entonces ya me harté. ¿Cuál es la neta? ¿De dónde eres? ¿California o Washington?
Nací en California hasta era 4 y después Washington.
O sea, creciste en Washington, pero naciste en California. Con razón. Okay.
En mi corazón soy 100% Washington. Los Californians son locos, ok. Washingtonians, no, somos genial, somos hombroso.
Perfecto, pues ahora sí vamos con la primera pregunta, que ustedes ya se la saben. ¿Cuál el evangelio, bultitos? Es el evangelio del Bulto Club realmente, sí. esta pregunta, Jack. ¿Qué opinas de, y te va a caer de pelos esta pregunta, porque ¿qué opinas de las luchas de apuestas actuales? Y te voy a dar más o menos el contexto. Imagina que la lucha libre es como un radio, como el que tengo allá, ¿vale?
¿Contra un radio?
It's like a radio. Wrestling is like a radio.
Sí.
It has the levels, sí, right? Tiene los volúmenes.
Sí.
El volumen de Japón y el volumen de Estados Unidos llegan hasta el 10.
Sí.
Que es la lucha de campeonato, championship match.
Sí.
Right? But Mexico has a volume 11, which is the apuestas match. Sí. Es el volumen 11, la lucha de apuestas. Pero de un tiempo para acá, from a couple years from now,
sí,
se ha desprestigiado la lucha de apuestas, porque antes tenías que ser literal enemigo del otro luchador para tú jugarte tu cabellera o tu máscara. Y hoy en día vemos a güeyes que se acaban de conocer, they barely meet each other,
sí,
they barely touch each other, and they are putting their hairs and their mask on the line, which to me that's kind of prostitute, es como prostituir la lucha de apuestas. ¿Tú qué opinas?
Un poco, pero depende, contra quién, porque mira como, Viano contra Penta.
That was pretty random.
That is increíble. Yeah. No, that wasn't random, that was awesome, and they were not barely touching each other. Viano, ay Dios mío, freaking my hat's off to you, I'm still so impressed with that match.
No, I mean, the match was awesome, but the rivalry, there wasn't not even a rivalry over there. It was just a random angle that AAA put on play, and that was it. The match was pretty good.
Oh, you don't think there's enough build-up to it?
There was no heat, there was no build-up.
Pero yo creo, no solo con lucha puestas, sí. Pero generalmente el booking, ¿cómo se llama en español?
Buqueo, sí.
Booking en lucha, pro wrestling y puro wrestling ahora es más frenetic, they don't build as long as they used to in general. I don't think it's just the mask versus mask or hair versus hair matches. I just think now, como los ángulos just sound entre uno y 3 meses y ya el nuevo.
Which to me it's boring.
I actually agree with you, porque yo creo se puede hacer un ángulo para entre 1 o 3 meses, and then you rest a little bit, descansa,
exactly.
Y then you do it again.
Exacto,
so long-term booking.
Exactly.
So, no, de acuerdo contigo en ese, pero I don't know, it just seems that's kind of how like things are.
Por ejemplo, Cibernético y Mesías, que a ti te tocó esa rivalidad de Cibernético y Mesías, esa no manches, duró 3 años. O sea, esa sí debió de haber terminado en Caballeros y no terminó en Caballeros. Y otras rivalidades que se sacaron de la manga así, las terminan luego en cabelleras.
Sí, pero depende. I just think I think that'll change as fans. Creo todo es un ciclo. So ahora, like, los fans y los bookers, like, encanta like the más rápido. Yeah. Pero I think it'll change back to, you know, okay, no, ahora queremos más ángulos más largos. Sí. In 10 años, like, it'll change back to being fast. So creo todo es un ciclo. So I think it'll probably go back to more long-term booking like that. Sí. Porque, like, exactamente, like, Mesías contra Cibernético, ellos tienen mucha historia, like, the AAA, the Independientes, Consejo,
sí, exactamente.
So, like, es más emocionado.
Exacto.
Like, pero el mejor ejemplo es en los 90s en Japón, Misawa and Kawada.
Sí.
That was the best long-term booking ever.
Sí, exacto.
En un tag match aleatorio, Kawada finalmente got a pin on freaking Misawa. And it was like mind-blowing, like, like shaky, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, it was so yeah, I like the long-term booking because there's certain moments like that with Misawa and Kawada that you just can't get with short-term booking. But the thing about short-term booking is, I think that's kind of the age of entertainment we're in right now, and I think it is changing. But like, I just find that like they try to blow their load. I guess that's a little bit perverted. Like, they try to like in all entertainment, like even movies and everything, they don't do the long term. Like they're always just trying.
They want the money right now.
Yeah, it's all about
right away.
Now.
Yeah,
so, but I think that's gonna start changing.
But how you prefer it, long term or short term?
Generally, long term. I actually like short term angles myself personally.
Yeah, like the one you had with Gravity that you lost your hair.
Yeah. So like I like it like that because like I just like to continue like just go do things, always changing your gimmick. But I think that's a little bit like I don't think that's actually as good. Actually, no. Long term booking is better. Like I do like the short term booking as a wrestler, but that's just for like my own personal enjoyment, like wrestling all these different people and everything. But creo es mejor para el negocio, the industry, long term booking. Y es it's also better to build that because when you have the long term booking. And you've wrestled a guy like 1.5 million times. Yeah. La química, like
exacto,
you just like Gravity and me right now will not have the same chemistry that we'll have in like 6 months or a year because we'll just know each other so much better.
Exacto.
So, yeah, long-term booking in general. I'm not against like short-term angles, but in general, because like said, like that Misawa Kawada moment, you just can't get that without letting it sizzle for years, like. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Okay, perfecto. Sabemos que en algún punto, bueno, no sé si tú te enteraste, pero en algún punto Conan dijo que tenía un push preparado para ti en AAA. Nunca se dio por 1.000.000 de razones. De hecho, hay una entrevista por ahí que viste que prácticamente te costó el contrato con AAA. Saludos a Solo Wrestling. Pero tú ¿cómo te hubieras sentido? ¿Tú crees que sí merecías ese push en AAA? Porque la verdad es que hubo toda una camada de luchadores que merecían un push en AAA. Tú, Extreme Tiger, La Secta, Joe Líder. O sea, había muchísimos luchadores que hoy serían top guys de no haber sido porque la gente que maneja AAA, a mi opinión, no le saben.
No. AAA.
They sometimes they don't know what they do, honestly.
Sometimes, but I will defend them, and I will actually defend Conan.
All right. No, Conan does. Conan does know what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, Dorian, Joaquin, all those guys, they barely know what they were doing.
I apologize, Dorian. Dorian es un hombre de negocios. Like,
Yeah. As a businessman, he's awesome.
Pero like yo creo like Dorian like necesita toma el libro, the book, and just like Conan aquí, you know what I mean, and make your business deals and everything. Porque like Dorian, like you know, un trato con Marvel, Lucha, like él es un buen hombre de negocios, pero like lucha libre, pro wrestling, hay mucho like políticos, you know, luchadores are coming up and hey, you know, puedo hacer da da da, you know what I mean? And I think Dorian is susceptible to that, where Conan isn't. Like Conan's like the grumpy uncle's like, get out of here, I'm gonna do what I want. Da, da, da. So yo creo Dorian just give Conan the book and like just stay out of that side completely.
Exactly.
Because I do think he's susceptible to the politics of wrestling, but I have to put Dorian over. He gets these deals done, Rosha and everything. He's a super good businessman. So,
but as a booker, I don't think the same.
I don't think so. But conmigo, en mi push in AAA, actualmente mucho es like mi culpa, porque like los primera like 3 o 4 años en México, cuando era con Teddy Hart, like siempre somos en las tables y borrachos, like marijuana, like perdón, but like la verdad. So a lot of times they would want to give us a push, like queremos un push para nosotros, pero like as
les ganó la fiesta.
Yeah, so as como si like you don't want like all of a sudden you open up the newspaper and it's like 2 luchadors arrested at a strip club or something like that. So that was my fault. El único tiempo que I was estoy decepcionado is I had an angle with Perro Aguayo Jr.
Yeah.
Y, oh my God, he was teaching me, enseña mucho. Pero ellos necesitan
main eventer.
un grande lucha en Triple Mania y para un lucha puesta. And so they're like, you know, if Perro Aguayo versus Jack Evans, you know whose hair is, you know what I mean? Like, so they actually canceled my angle with him and then did the lucha puestas with Cibernetico. Yeah. And that's obviously it's no one's fault. I'm not trying to blame like Ciber or anything, but oh no, estaba tan decepcionado. I was actually depressed a little bit, like lucha no se importa para mí. But I was so happy with that angle. And in lucha, I have a reputation and whatever for doing too much. Like I always went, I'll come do this, and da. It was Perro Aguayo that got it in my head. Like, look, it doesn't matter how many you hit, it matters when you hit them. And so like wrestling under Perro was just a dream. Like no one could pass on information like he could. So like even in the short little bit of time we had that angle, I learned so much from him and like how to set your things up so you do one thing that means more than the 50 things you did before. Exactly. Like, so oh man, I miss Perro. He was amazing man. But yeah, that was the one time, and I'm not complaining about AAA. I fully understand the business things, like, oh, we need a big match, you know what I mean? And like Jack Evans versus Perro Aguayo is nothing compared to Cibernetico, especially at that time, Cibernetico versus Perro Aguayo. But that's the one time where I like had a push, and like it got pulled from me. But like all the other times, in all honesty, it was just because a lot of times me and Ted, especially together, would like make each other worse. It was just, I don't want to say dangerous as in like, you know what I mean, we're not out there like, you know what I mean, but like you always had to worry about something happening to us because we were always doing stupid things. So like when it comes to AAA, like any push they didn't give me is probably because of that.
But you regret it? Or you look back and say,
I regret it for like trying it so long. I think the first year, Mexico was just so fun that first year going out and all that. So that first year I want to change a thing, and then after that I should have like locked down, and instead we continued like 2 or 3 more years of like that. So, but
okay.
Yep.
Hablando precisamente de triple manía, ahorita que tocabas el tema de la lucha de Cibernético y Perro Aguayo, hay una triple manía donde pasó algo que nunca supimos qué fue, pero que cuando lo vimos dijimos, ah, chinga, ahí qué onda, qué onda. Fue en tu lucha de Math contra los Ojetes en Triple Manía 26. Al final de la lucha le soltaste un chingadazo a Chessman. ¿Ahí qué pasó?
Oh, no, actualmente Chessman y yo somos amigos, pero no sé por qué siempre siempre tenemos misunderstandings.
Sí, malentendidos.
Malentendidos. Y yo la lucha fue horrible,
sí,
una lucha absolutamente horrible. Entonces, the back, like la oficina, like dice, okay, cut this, like corta. But I thought, I was like, oh, it's Chessman and Averno are cutting the match so I don't get my stuff in, because that was the thing.
Oh,
Todo que cortan as mis cosas.
Sí.
So I was like, you mother, like that, like. I was so mad because I thought it was like como like sabotage.
Sí,
like,
es que te estaban saboteando.
Sí, y después somos atrás con la oficina y ellos no son felices, pero me explican like qué pasa. It's like, oh shit, it wasn't Chessman and Verno at all. Perdóname, Chessman, perdóname.
Ahora now makes sense.
Yeah, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
But en este momento, like, what? ¿Quieres cortar mis cosas?
Sí.
Porque ahora no, pero antes en México, it occurred a lot, where like, especially at house shows, all of a sudden, right before you're about to get all your stuff in, one of the veterans would cut the match short, and like it would piss me off something fierce. But like it just doesn't happen anymore. It was basically only when I first got to Mexico. I almost think maybe I was getting tested a little bit or something.
Yeah.
Because like even other people are like, oh, this never happened to me. But like for me, I'm talking like 11 or 12 times. And then
so there was a lot of grief within the locker room then.
There was, well, but I also found out why. Because back in the day with AAA, it was always said that like wherever you started is where you stayed, because they're not like this now, but back in the day, and they were like this. And again, that's why I'm glad Conan like got more control. Like obviously it's a friend too, so I'm biased. But back in the day in AAA, like you'd have Aerostar and Drago just killing it, and they'd be there. They had been there for years.
Yeah, and they still
and then
there.
all of a sudden, like they'd bring in just all these outside people, and they'd give them a bigger push than the people that had been grinding it out forever.
Yeah.
So I think what it wasn't like greed or jealousy like that. It was almost like their own little form of revenge, because not Aero Drago Star. I hope it wasn't them that did that. I'm sorry, but they were just examples. But it was a little form of revenge, because I actually got like this at one point with AAA too, because I was like, man, I've been here for years, and then all of a sudden you just bring in someone, he's getting this, that, and the next
he's
thing.
getting my things, my stuff.
You know what I mean? And like you do get that mentality, and it's a bad mentality to get, but at one point it kind of was true with AAA. Like they didn't push their local like self-made talent. They'd always look to the outside to bring someone in. So I think that was actually the reason.
Yo creo que eso se pasó lo de Rey Misterio, Místesis y Alberto del Río. That time where they did the World Cup, where the Dream Team was Alberto, Místesis, and Rey Misterio, and there was not even one guy of the local roster on that show.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
That's a good example.
But yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So like say you're a wrestler's been with AAA for years, you have this World Cup thing going on. It wasn't Roche, who was running it?
Victoria.
Victoria's running it. It's going to get a lot of press. It's going to get a lot of everything. And then they just use all these like outside guys. They don't even push one of their own guys.
Ex-WWE guys.
Yeah, so like, I mean, that's obviously changed now. You mean you got Psycho Clown, like they made a lot of stars.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a little while where like that really was kind of like how AAA did things, and it rubbed a lot of the wrestlers that had been there for a long time the wrong way. It's because they were like, and again, I completely understand it because I got that way too. It's like we grinded out on the house shows. We're the ones like You know what I mean? Like, especially, oh man, the travel used to be so bad in AAA. So like, you'd be on these 12 to 14 hour bus rides to Monterey, and all of a sudden you see some dude get a plane flight and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're like,
it's like, hey,
wait
I'm here.
Wait Pila,
See, kind of unfair thing.
Yeah. But then again, you don't want to be bitter like towards that wrestler.
Yeah,
you know
exactly,
what I mean?
because
so,
it's
like,
not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. And like, if you were in that position, you know what I mean? Like when I was in that position, I wasn't sitting there like, no plane flights for me. I'm taking the bus. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't push for me. I'm gonna stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you don't get mad at him. But yeah, I think that's an office problem. And again, that's why I like Conan Evans. But you can say what you want about Conan. Is that like he's pretty real with that stuff. Like he'll notice who is really grinding it out, and even if it's not successful, even if it's you end up going back to the position, he will at least try to give you the opportunity to elevate yourself inside of the roster or inside of the card. So.
¿Cómo fue tu tiempo en AEW? Porque yo creo que estuviste terriblemente desaprovechado. Y una de las razones por las cuales yo creo que te desaprovecharon, porque The Hybrid 2 era un excelente concepto, y cuando empezó la división de parejas de AEW tenían un chingo de parejas buenísimas, pero Tony Khan tiene esta onda de contratar, al punto de que tiene un roster sobrepoblado. They have a overpopulated roster, y no dejan que las historias se lleven a cabo, y no sabes a dónde ver. You don't know where to look at, because there's here's one angle, and there's another angle, and there's another angle, there's another angle. There was a point where you were on this Matt Hardy's weird stable that actually I never liked. So how you felt your run on AEW?
I actually think that Matt Hardy's stable could have been used a lot better if he was more like I never pitched ideas though, but I always thought they should have made when we were all part of Matt Hardy. Have you ever seen the show Better Call Saul?
Yeah.
I think he should have been like a sleazy lawyer, but a sleazy booking agent.
Okay.
Where, you know what I mean? But the thing about something like that is you only have so much TV time, and you need to you're gonna have to have angles in the back and take everything of him interacting and like doing shady things to get his guys bookings or whatever. But I do agree that the roster is overpopulated. But the one good thing about that means a lot of guys are making money, so more power to you.
Well, that's the positive thing.
But the big thing is, even with it being overpopulated, I always say this, like my release, it wasn't like all of a sudden I just got drowned out.
Yeah.
Like we had our position, we were doing good and everything in AAA, and I just like got lazy as hell. Like I gained a lot of weight. I started wrestling with a shirt on. Like so when it came to like, I almost feel bad for Angelico. When it came to TH2, like not only not getting pushed, kind of getting de-pushed and removed from TV and everything, that was really my fault because like I just wasn't performing. I got so out of shape and like I couldn't like do Jack Evans thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You with the high fly, if you're booking Jack Evans, and then all of a sudden it was like the moonsault, the full twist turned into like a splash. You know what I mean? So that was actually largely my fault. I feel that more than us getting drowned out. I mean, and obviously that's something to do with it because there's just more competition for TV time.
Exactly.
But it was more. I just fell off. I became so lazy, and the thing that sucked is I knew I was lazy. I knew the office. They weren't unhappy with me like on a behavior thing, but with my wrestling, we're like, this isn't what we paid for. Like, you know what I mean? And I couldn't change. Like, I just was stuck in this freaking, like, get home. Like, I'm eating Tres Leches all day. Like, so, like, and I feel bad because Angelico that whole time was on the ball. Yeah. And he's still, he was still doing Angelico things. And I got the team de-pushed, I feel like. So I always feel bad about that.
Because we were previously of the interview, we were talking about your match against Kenny Omega for the Mega Championship. Yes. I think it was awesome, but you are not enough satisfied with it.
No estoy feliz con esta lucha porque if we did how the match was supposed to be, because cortamos como 5 o 10 minutos, like mucho, y de nuevo porque mi aire, like I actually had to in the middle of the match asked Kenny to take it home because I was that blown up, which is like the most embarrassing thing like in wrestling. Like you don't want someone to blow you up like that, especially when like you look at him and he's like,
he's
I'm even broken a sweat yet. I do 60-minute matches with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so I'm so happy people liked it. But like, oh, gracias. It should have been a 9-star match. I'm telling you, it should have been one of Kenny's best matches ever. And I just couldn't perform properly. And I'm talking about within like 2 minutes, like my level of what I could do dropped. And then like by the end, I was just dead. But that's the other thing, and why cardio is tan important in La Lucha, is because like you'll get people that'll go and they'll go to practice and they'll practice a move when they're fresh, but after the detay, when you got to be able to do it when you're not fresh. So like that was my thing, is that like even what did happen should have been better, but I was just slowly getting so blown that I couldn't execute it as well.
Yeah, instead of taking off, you started to land.
Yeah, like, exactly, so they got it was a crash landing and people liked it, but like, it was supposed to be like this nice luxurious flight, and instead it was like this rickety TC.
But that speaks very well about yourself, because if you weren't on your top level at that match, which was awesome to us, that means that when you're in your best level, you can give us even better matches than that.
Yeah, I would need a rematch with Kenny Omega. I could do it so much better now.
Because
I agree with that. Like, at my best level, actually, Kenny Omega is great for me. Because honestly, my big things in wrestling is obviously like the high flying, but my specialties really are like big bumps and selling like for the other guy. And because Kenny has so much stuff, I can make him look great. And you know what I mean? And then him in return. So like Kenny is actually like a dream match for me, because his style, like I really feel we could mesh well generally, but it just wasn't happening at this time. Like, oh man. So it's one of the biggest disappointments in my career, because it really should have been career launching. And the thing is, like, The Office had the highest of expectations for this match. So even though it was well liked, it didn't get anywhere near meeting them. So instead of career launching, it kind of was like what first brought notice to like, hey, is something wrong with Jack? Like, he cut like minutes out of this match. Like, you know what I mean? So.
Y lo conoces de bastante tiempo a Kenny Omega, ¿no? Lo conoces en Ring of Honor.
Sí, well, no mucho en Ring of Honor.
O PWG.
En PWG y los Independientes.
Sí, exacto. ¿Y es buena onda? Is he nice?
Oh, he's super nice. Pero un jugador de Street Fighter. Kenny! We don't down here, son. It's Blaze Blue. King of Fighters is acceptable.
No, we actually play Street Fighter.
Yeah, they do. Street Fighter. Hold on my spot. We don't do Street Fighter here, son. Huh? Come down here and you will get crap kicked bringing that Street Fighter. No, I'm just kidding.
And most important, come to Bulto Club. We want you here at Bulto Club,
No, he's actually a super incredible guy. Not. I hate to use the word nice, because everyone's like, oh, he's a nice guy, whatever like that. Like, you know what I mean? But like, he legitimately is a nice, like, caring individual. Like, he doesn't have an attitude, like, for where he's at in wrestling, you know what I mean? He could easily, like, be a superstar mode, you know what I mean? Like, una estrella. But no, he's not. He's really down to earth, like.
Sí, porque hace tiempo tuvimos aquí a Dar Cuervo y nos dijo que pues él lo conoce de su tiempo en All Japan.
Sí.
Y que en All Japan era medio mamucas, era medio especialito. He was a little bit conceited.
Yeah?
You think so?
Yo no sé, but like every time I've been around him a fair amount, like he's always been good. So, but like the thing is, I love Cuervo to death. He's actually like, we don't see each other much, but he's a good friend. So like I trust his opinion. So if Cuervo's saying he was like that, I'm hoping it was a misunderstanding.
I mean, Cuervo has a good relationship with him, but he told us that he was kind of conceited despite being friends and despite having a good relationship.
Okay, yeah. Well, I didn't experience that, but that's the thing. Like, Cuervo's one of those guys where, like, he tells me something and, like, I don't doubt it. So,
sí, es un amor, Cuervo. Te amamos, Cuervo. Sí, te amamos.
Cuervo,
sí.
And the score,
Sí.
And all of them, okay?
Despite you shaved them.
Yeah. I took them.
You took their hairs off.
Yeah. And when he had dreads, la cosa rara es Hay pulgas en su... No, I'm just kidding.
Ya te balconearon. Y hablando también de AEW, ¿fue cierto este pedo con Vance, con Preston Vance?
Oh, man. I like him, but he has a little bit of heat with me. Or I have heat with him. I don't know which way it goes. I messed up a move.
Sí, el corkscrew, ¿no?
The corkscrew.
Yeah.
Dropped knee on his mouth and like it was bleeding everywhere. And the thing is that not like this crazy, like, oh my god, he's deformed.
Yeah.
But it left a scar that is like, it bulges, it's kind of, it's noticeable or whatever,
Yeah.
like permanent scar there, or maybe you get surgery, but so and I'm usually good about not hurting in like
people,
that. Like
yeah.
I've always been pretty good with that. But yeah, so and that's one of those situations where like you can apologize a million times, but like
Sí, pero ahí está la
I almost
cicatriz.
like hated to be around him. Like as bad as that sounds, because just this remind like I don't know how to make this up. Like you fucking got, or sorry, you freaking got,
Sí.
you got a scar on your face because of me. Like so, like oh, can you just go away and not remind me? Like, no, he's actually a good guy and everything, but I just that's one of those things I don't know what to say about it other than I'm so sorry about that. But like. I mean, sorry doesn't take away a scar, so that's a huge. But that goes back to like I said, I couldn't do Jack Evans things. I was trying stuff I should have been trying. I knew I was out of shape at that time, and like I just.
Cuando llegaste a México, ¿qué fue lo que más te sacó de onda? What shocked you the most when you came here to Mexico?
When I first came to Mexico. Actually, it was still the wild, wild west kind of in the locker room. You would see people doing stuff in the locker rooms, and like there was actually now it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Where like before, like I never see a fight in an American locker room. I saw so many fist fights in like the locker rooms of Mexico when I first got here. But now everything's changed. It's the most tranquil locker room. Everyone gets along. If they have problems, they just don't talk or whatever, like that. And like now, I just went to America and like saw a fight there. Like I hear about freaking my boy Sammy get into fights left and right. So like, man, Mexico and American locker rooms have switched it up.
Yeah.
But when I first got here, Mexico's locker rooms were crazy. And then. I mean, I hate to bring it up, but it was actually the death of Abismo Negro that changed everything. And then after that, like, not only the office, but like the guy, like everyone stopped being so crazy, and like everything calmed down after that because he was a super well-liked guy. Like he was very nice. Actually, when I first met him, I didn't get along with him in Impact, but it was my fault. Like everything. But no, in Mexico and everything, he was super nice to me. He showed me around. Like I can't say enough good things about Abismo Negro. But after he passed, like people started
Everything
to
calmed down.
Everything calmed down because not only the office started cracking down on like antics and behavior in the locker room, but actually the locker room themselves came together and were like, man, we just lost one of the good ones, and like, we need to clean things up. Not that like Lucha's squeaky clean now, but like in comparison to then, it's beyond night and day difference of different planets. Like, but yeah, no, when I first got here, but I always hear the 80s and early 90s were the craziest in Mexico in the locker room.
Especially the 90s.
Yeah, like the Vampiro Conan era.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the most nuts stories ever. So it wasn't like that. Like it was just next level insane, but like, yeah, it was freaking like a frat house, like
like a slaughterhouse.
Yeah,
better
yeah.
say.
I don't want to say slaughterhouse, but like man, it was just like the party never ended. Like, yeah, like it was.
It was our own version of Fly of Hell. WWE
Yeah,
Flies of Hell.
It was almost like even TVs were a little bit more tranquil, but like especially on the house shows, every show was a flight from hell. Like I mean, you just saw something crazy. Actually, no, I don't want to say that. Like there wasn't like all this crazy sexual harassment going on. And stuff.
Yeah.
But like there's just a lot of like frat house. The party never ended, especially on the house shows in the locker room, and then.
¿Y alguna vez tuviste chance de ir al Consejo Mundial? ¿Alguna vez hubo un acercamiento? ¿Alguna vez tú pensaste en ir al Consejo Mundial desde que saliste de AAA?
Yeah, yo quiero luchar con Consejo Mundial porque quiero luchar en Arena Mexico. It's the nicest looking arena ever, man. So yeah, I wrestled for Consejo, but like my plan, I have to wrestle for Consejo at least once in my life, porque necesito luchar en Arena Mexico. So yeah, that actually is part of the plan. I gotta get on that, okay? Consejo, even if it's just once, just book me. One Arena Mexico show. Come on. I'll lose my hair. Short-term booking. We don't need this long-term. Get this guy out of here.
Yeah, you need to get me out of here because I don't want to let you down, but Uncle Salvador hates us, so
Why?
probably it was a mistake for your goals to come here to Bulto Club because they hate us.
No. I hate him too.
He hates me too. He's just here
Te
because
odio.
he's
Te
a nice
odio.
guy. That's the only reason he's here.
Después la entrevista, voy a romper la casa y come on, la guitarra.
Whatever it takes to go to CMLL.
Yeah, yo quiero luchar en Arena Mexico una vez. O más, pero
sí.
but
At least once.
At least once.
Yeah.
Man, well, la arena hay mucha historia y es muy famosa,
muy bonita.
pero es just increíble. It's just the nicest wrestling arena. Like, I can't believe it. Y me encanta rampas, okay?
Sí.
Todos los eventos de lucha libre necesitan una rampa.
Una rampa,
Por
sí,
favor.
sí,
Okay.
sí.
Necesito hablar con la comisión porque necesitamos una nueva regla. Todos los eventos de lucha libre
Con rampa.
con rampa.
Que en español le decimos pasarela.
¿Pasarela?
Pasarela.
Oh, ¿no es rampa?
O sea, sí es rampa, pero específicamente en el argot de la lucha
¿Sí?
es pasarela.
Pasarela.
Pasarela,
Ah, perdón.
Sí, pero es una
Okay.
rampa, es una pichón.
Oh, yeah, rampa.
Sí, sí, sí.
Damn, I've been saying that wrong for years.
But probably that's why you don't have one of those at your shows because you're calling it the wrong way.
Yeah, no, like a rampa, like the
Yeah, like-
it's like, no, if I would have said pasarela, they would, oh, okay.
You already have yours.
Yeah.
Cuéntanos acerca de tu faceta de papá, porque me encanta tu faceta de papá. Te ves adorable en tu faceta de papá. ¿Cómo ha sido para ti ser papá?
Increíble, pero ahora mucho estrés porque tengo una hija de 8 años y ella es una abogada. Yo juro, ella puede discutir con todas las cosas y mi hijo es 4.
Y después, cuando sea grande, quiero trabajar con el peje.
Y un tenor. No, me encanta ser un papá, pero, oh man, it's also nerve-wracking porque cuando eres un papá, like, todas las cosas que se hace, like, oh no, es un mal ejemplo, or
Sí.
like, if I treat them this way, are they going to grow up and develop this kind of personality,
Yeah.
or like that, or like, even when you do nice things, you're like, oh no, am I spoiling her? Is she going to grow up and be like, like, so, like, las cosas son más difíciles porque you always think like, you know what I mean? You got to protect them or whatever, you know? And that's the easy part. It's like figuring out like, oh man, like I said, it's just like anything you do, you feel like you might send them in a certain path, and you know what I mean? So like, oh, like even in Christmas, it's like, man, we can't get her too many presents because we don't want her, you know,
Yeah,
like,
to spoil them.
yeah, we don't want to be spoiled. Or like, of course, this Christmas, she didn't have to worry about getting too many presents. But no, me encanta, pero oh, es tan difícil y para cosas que nadie like te dice, like oh, it's just this mental side. Because you're like growing a Pokemon, and it's like, am I selecting the right skills? Like, okay, because if I give her the electric shock, she'll be good against water type. But if I give her, like, oh man, it's so.
Best example
Yeah.
ever.
You know what I mean?
Some children are like Pokemon. Yeah, definitely.
You don't want to get on the level 50 and realize that you should have taken a different evolution.
Awesome. Cuéntanos sobre tus hobbies. ¿Qué te gusta hacer en tu tiempo libre? ¿Le vas a algún equipo de, no sé, de la NFL, de la NHL ahora que tienen al Kraken ahí en Seattle, tú que eres de Washington?
Sí, soy de Washington. Mi pasatiempos ahora es boxeo, lucha con skate. Yeah, I find I've returned to wrestling practice because I needed it. Like
And Blue Blaze.
and yeah, I was gonna say and Blaze Blue.
Blaze Blue.
Oh
Blaze
man.
Blue, yeah.
Oh man, como 3 horas cada día en modo de entrenamiento practicando el mismo combo. It's like okay, 6-6B and then down to D. And then oh man, so like oh no, es el culpa de un YouTuber de México, ¿cómo se llama? Rulo MX. Okay, I am going to send my medical bills to you for all the psychological damage that you have caused me through showing me Blaze Blue. No mames, güey. Or no manches, güey. No manches, güey. You don't even know. Okay?
But
I was stuck on Hibiki's mission challenge number 8 for 5 hours. Rulo MX. Es tu culpa. Y yo quiero mi revancha. And the thing is, I still suck at the game. I go on there.
But anyway, you want your revenge.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I'm not, that guy, I seen him play. On his YouTube channel. Be my. Yeah, I know.
Pero ¿te gusta algún otro deporte como el fútbol americano o el béisbol o el hockey o el estilo?
No, me gusta el fútbol mexicano, pero soy un fan de Cruz Azul. Azul. Pero la cosa ahora es, después, after they won the championship, I stopped following. So,
like every guy in Mexico. Yeah.
Every guy in Mexico? No. I was a fan of Cruz Azul when all these Americanistas would be like, oh, you've been 20 years without a championship.
Have you ever...
I have rode with the Cruz Azul hype train for like, man, it's got to be going on like 8 or 9 years. I forget when my first game was. But no, okay.
Have you ever thought that maybe all this... that maybe all this mid-card stuff that you have been going through, it's probably related to the fact that you support the most sucking team in Mexico, like Cruz Azul?
Buenos dias. No, of course it's not, okay? Because Cruz Azul is the team of the people.
No,
they do
that's
not
Chivas.
bring you down, they push you up,
Everyone knows that the team of the people is Chivas. I'm not even
exactly,
a Chivas. I'm a Pumas guy.
¿Dónde eres?
From here,
Ciudad
Mexico
de
City.
México?
Yeah, Pumas. All the time. Yeah, 24/7. Pumas.
Well, then why'd you say Chivas, okay?
Because
now
Chivas.
You Guadalajara?
No, we all know
the
that.
wannabe Tapatio, look at this
no,
guy.
nothing of that. No.
I'm Chivango, and I do not betray it, okay?
No.
Boom.
That's not how it works. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
La máquina de sal. La máquina de sal.
No, La máquina de todo. No, man, come on.
Where you were at
La
when
máquina, because Mexican soccer was built off the back of Cruz Azul. I'm telling you, yeah, it was.
It was built behind.
And plus, Corona's such an awesome guy. I'm so happy he got a championship.
He's a very nice.
Yeah, and then because man, you fools used to always talk about Guillermo, what's his name or whatever. Corona was here the whole time. He was killing it way better. Actually, no, I can't tell you that Guillermo. I can't remember. Ochoa. Actually, he used to play soccer in the building that I live in. When he was like a lot younger or whatever. So actually, I around my neighborhood, I can't talk bad about Ochoa.
Alright.
But we're not in my neighborhood. So Ochoa, you stole the limelight that Jesus Corona should have had. You should be ashamed of yourself, my friend. You should be freaking ashamed of yourself.
Probably because...
Only because of one incredible performance in the freaking World Cup.
Yeah.
Who cares?
¿Dónde estabas?
If Corona was in there, no one would have scored a goal, ever.
¿Dónde estabas cuando Cruz Azul ganó el campeonato? Where you were at when Cruz Azul won the championship?
I was at my house, at home, But I have a thing when it comes down to the last minutes, like for Seahawks, like in football, American football or whatever, and Cruz Azul, I don't watch it because I'm convinced I'm a bad luck charm for my team. So when they actually won the championship...
Cruz Azul is a bad luck charm himself.
Will you listen to this guy? No.
Dios los hace y ellos se juntan.
Raja. Okay? No. Cruz Azul gives everything to everyone at all times.
In order
Cruz
to
Azul will
lose
even forgive you.
in the very last minute.
What?
They always lose in the very last minute.
See, that's what's one of the things started. Do you remember? God, I think it was against the Americas, but it was before they won the championship. And it was in the last minute.
Yeah.
They pulled the goalie out, so that like they didn't.
2013.
2013.
Yeah.
And like, oh man! And I'm telling you, had I not been watching the game, they would have won. I'm so sorry for that. That's why
He's
when
guilty.
the championship
He's
came,
guilty,
I went upstairs and I did not watch because I could not curse them. But yes, oh man, oh that was the most. Oh man, and. I think that was the game. I was in front of my suegro, like my father-in-law, and like all of a sudden when that happened and Cruz Azul lost, I just started going, "Mother effer! ¿Por qué? ¡Putas madres! ¡No podemos ganar la liga!" Oh, ¿cómo estás, suegro? Like that, but like, oh man, I couldn't believe it.
What a way to lose your time being a Cruz Azul fan.
No, it's not. It's been an amazing ride. And truthfully, Cruz Azul could win it whenever they want, but they're such a generous team that they actually give other teams the opportunity to enjoy the championship. And then when they won it, they're like, okay, it's been long enough. We'll take it back. We'll take it back. But actually, I can't say, the last couple of years I haven't followed a single game. They won the championship, and I never watched another Cruz Azul game again.
In order to not to curse them.
Well, no, it just was one of those things, like, the deed was done, and like, I've been the worst fan ever the last couple of years. But like...
Ahora sí, tenemos que preguntar esto. Hay dos personas con las que queremos saber cómo es tu relación actualmente. Una es con Teddy Hart,
¿Sí?
Y la otra es con Hughie.
With Teddy, we don't really talk anymore porque con Teddy no hablamos porque Teddy todavía es un hombre salvaje.
Desmadre.
Desmadre. Yes, like he was just como like 2 meses en el cárcel, like estoy un hombre de familia, soy un hombre de familia. So like I don't no hablo con Teddy, pero like es mi amigo, pero mi amigo con distancia because like he's just so crazy and he's never gonna change. Like yo no puedo, like no puedo y no quiero, like that style. But like yeah, Teddy's just still a wild man. I don't talk to him much. I don't really know what he's up to. But like actualmente, sabes, tiene un documentario sobre Teddy en Peacock Network.
Okay.
Porque un X de Teddy es like como like she's missing and no one ever found her.
Oh right.
Yeah, so like this documentary tried to make it seem like maybe it was Ted or whatever, and then the end of the documentary you find out he wasn't even like in the state. They hadn't been together or whatever.
Yeah,
so
at
like
the same time,
yeah. So like it, but yeah, I always feel bad for that girl because even if it wasn't Teddy, which you know, also important to know. Like he's like, yeah, she just went missing and no one ever found her. So I'm always like worried about what happened to her because she was training to be a wrestler. But then and then with Hughie, actually Hughie somos like amigos muy buenos ahora, pero antes hemos tenido un pelea en los vestidores, like pero, yeah, like. No, there was just something. In all honesty, I don't want to start stuff with Hoovie, but I do want to explain how it went. Hoovie had the craziest attitude then, and like he just got heat with everybody. So like someone shit his bag, someone did this, someone did that, and then like.
El segmento que hicieron tú y Joe Líder cuando lo parodiaron.
No. It wasn't me and Joe Líder.
Sí, era Joe líder vestido de juventud y tú de su novia. Que salieron.
Sí, yeah. See,
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember her name, but yeah, I know. See, Joe did a good Hoovie impression, come on. But the thing is, Hoovie now is a different guy than he was then, because... well, at least for me, okay? At least for me, I'm defending Hoovie. I think he's a good... I just saw him, he was wrestling incredible.
Yeah.
Like, but, man, then he just had the craziest attitude. So, like... yeah, we just got in a fight, and like I ended up getting sued, and like there was like an assault. It was serious for a while. Like the criminal charges got dropped or whatever, but I ended up getting sued. Like, but yeah, like back then, like I hated Hoovie, but now like I really like him, and like I said, he just had an incredible match a couple months ago over in Tennessee when I was there with him. And I was like, man, he can still go so well. I think he's better now than I ever have been. Like he really had an incredible match with Steve Carino's Colby Carino. And like so like now I can say a lot of like nice things about Hoovie, but when that fight happened, like it just wasn't the same guy. Like he was a prick. I'm telling you.
¿Qué campeonatos sientes que te faltaron ganar? Porque fuiste, o sea, tus dos campeonatos, bueno, tus tres campeonatos más importantes, yo diría que fueron el de parejas de PWG con Roderick Strong, el crucero de AAA y el de parejas de AAA. Pero ¿qué campeonato sientes que te falta ganar y que antes de retirarte dices, ching, güey, tengo que ganar este campeonato antes de retirarme?
Probably actually the championships that I wish I would have won was one of the Dragon Gate single titles, like when I was over Japan. I was
Sí, porque ganaste el Open the Triangle.
The Tresias. But I had a match against Yoshino for it's not Open the Dragon Gate title. Oh, I can't remember the name of the title now. Soy distraído, like I'm absent-minded. I never remember anything. But so like I would have actually liked to have a singles run in Dragon Gate back then, but like now it would definitely be like the big Lucha title or something, because I want like a promotion that's coming up and I get to try to like help elevate them. So big Lucha title now would probably be my biggest goal.
Okay.
In fact, actually, you know what? I'm gonna get on that. You motivated me.
Yeah.
Hey, Bandito. You got problems coming, son. Something wicked comes your way. And his name's Jack Evans. Okay, another one that I read is that me and Roderick Strong never won the ROH tag titles. We were so over as a tag team. People loved us. But then I had basically moved to Japan. I was doing Dragon Gate 3 months on and then 1 month in America. So you couldn't put titles on it, you know what I mean? Because I'd be gone so much.
Well, at that time, because now it's pretty common. But
Yeah.
those days it was.
No, people, those long tours, like 3-month tours and stuff in Japan, people, like foreigners mainly just did like 2 weeks to a month, and like, but I was like, no, I'll do the full 3 months, I'm fine with that,
But it was a pretty cool run as a PWG World Tag Team Champion.
Yes,
with
and actually, me and Roderick Strong are the, do you know what, like, in boxing, like, the lineal title?
Lineal title?
Lineal title. So, like, say, like, a boxer beats someone and becomes the champion, becomes the champion,
yeah.
But then he, like, for whatever reason, leaves the title and goes and does his own thing. Whoever wins the title next is the heavyweight champion, but he's not the lineal champion.
It's the interim champion.
Well, no, he's still the champion, but the guy, he never beat the guy that was the champion.
Okay.
So, me and Roderick Strong never lost the PWG tag team titles.
Yeah.
So technically, me and Roderick Strong are the PWG lineal tag team champions, and we have been for over a decade, and it's probably one of the longest reigning unofficial title runs there's ever been. You're welcome.
Muy bien, Bultitos, vamos a pasar a la sección de Tócale Bulto. Jack, vas a tener que adivinar canciones, ¿vale? Nuestro campeón actual de atinarle a la canción es Dar Cuervo. Dar Cuervo le adivinó a 15 canciones consecutivas. Esa es tu marca a romper. That's your streak to break 15 straight songs. You can do it. Preparamos, como sabes que a Jack le gusta mucho el rap y el hip hop, preparamos una selección especial de rap y hip hop para más o menos ayudarte, pero solo es ayudar, no puedo resolverte la vida, ¿no? Entonces, harás tu mejor esfuerzo. ¿Listo?
Listo.
Venga,
listo.
round número 1.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, that's Dr. Dre.
Is that Ain't Nothing But a G thing?
No.
No. Still DRE.
No.
No, oh, what is
But
it?
it is Dr. Dre. You can do it, come on.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, the next episode by Dr. Dre. We have 1 point.
There we go.
Un punto, perfecto, muy bien. Round number 2.
It sounds familiar, but no, I'm not placing it. One more time. It sounds so familiar, but no, I'm not placing it.
Really?
No. Wait.
That's Black Eyed Peas. Let's get started.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. You know what's weird? Black Eyed Peas, before Fergie joined, they used to make kind of more like b-boyish music.
Yeah.
And that's when I like listened to them more.
Oh.
After they got famous, I stopped.
Stop listening.
Yeah.
Ok. Round número 3 y seguimos con un punto.
Hold on, just one. I believe it. Black Eyed Peas, Bringing It Back. You gotta listen to it. Everyone knows like their new stuff. I'm telling you. I think that's the name for it. Bringing It Back. Okay, anyone.
Go back to your roots, Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
Ok, round número 3.
That doesn't sound like rap. That's. It sounds so familiar, but I'm not placing it.
No?
No.
Really?
No.
That's In the End by Linkin Park.
Oh, I was thinking hip hop. It is In the End by Linkin Park. I cannot believe I missed that.
You have to be aware of the fact that I can play national anthems, I can play cartoon intros,
Yeah,
I can play whatever I want to play. So
That's a bad. I actually used to listen to that song so much. Like, but no, I was like running through my mind like, man, it sounds so familiar, but I'm not placing it. But I was running my mind through like all like hip hop stuff. Like, okay.
no, it can be whatever.
Yeah,
I prepared a special set list in order to help you.
Okay.
But it can be anything.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Round número 4, ¿ah?
Green Day.
Yeah.
That's gay. It's not from Basket. It's not.
No,
from
it's not
Duke,
Basket
from,
Case.
No, I mean it's
no,
not from
it's
Dookie.
not Dookie. No, it's
Yeah,
not
because
Dookie.
that's the Green Day album I listened to so much.
It's
It was good.
awesome. It's their most popular album actually. Everyone has their shirts.
I don't know the name of the song.
It's the easiest thing about this one.
What?
American Idiot.
Oh no! Oh God! I neglected the name of the song, didn't I? Okay.
So half point.
Green Day, the Dookie album, I listened to like endlessly, but like after that, like I don't really know much.
Yeah. All right.
Same thing. If you play any Weezer songs, please keep it from the Blue album or Pinkerton.
All right.
Okay.
Entonces tenemos 2 puntos y medio. 2 puntos y medio, ¿vale?
Okay, yeah.
No, un punto.
¿Un
no.
punto y medio?
Un punto y medio. Un punto y medio, sí, ok. No me ayudes, compadre, dice. Ok, vamos al round número 5, ¿verdad? Ok.
It's the Ghostbusters theme.
Yeah.
I have no clue who the artist is.
It's by Ray Parker Jr., but we can't give you the point because
Okay.
no one knows who the fox is.
I'm sorry, Ray Parker Jr. I'm so sorry.
Ghostbusters de Ray Parker Jr. y lleva 2
sí.
puntos y medio en el round número 5. Muy bien, vamos al round número 6. A ver.
Man, that's sounding so familiar. I think they even have that song on Rock Band 2. I think I might have used plastic drum that song. But what is it?
That's an 80s song.
Yeah, no. Man.
¿En qué juego está?
En Rock Band 2 dice.
Yeah, I'm almost positive. Hold on, give me 1 more second.
Yeah?
No, I don't know.
That's Hit Me With Your Best
Hit me with your
Shot.
best shot. Oh.
Bye.
Hit me with your best shot. I remember her name, Carly?
No, it's not Carly. It's Pat Benatar.
Pat Benatar, that's
Yeah.
right.
Entonces, round 6 y seguimos con 2 puntos y medio. Vamos a...
No, Cuervo, your record's not getting
Por lo menos ya no quedó hasta
Por lo
abajo.
menos ya no quedó mal, así
It's
es.
got like some California paralysis.
Vamos al round 6, ¿verdad?
7.
7. Ok, va.
It sounds familiar, but no, I'm not placing it. That part sounds so familiar, but no, I'm not placing it.
Really?
No.
No? No clue?
No.
No, just one single clue? No? Rolling by Limp Bizkit.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Sonny, EXO will be so mad at me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was Rolling by
Yeah,
Limp
Sonny
Bizkit.
in AEW is the biggest Limp Bizkit fan you've ever
Really?
seen in your life. Huge.
Oh.
So, There's in
Okay.
love with Fred Durst for some reason. Come on, let me just look at this. Where?
No? Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Ah, okay. I knew it sounded familiar. I wouldn't have ever gotten that one. I'm actually still mad I messed up Pat Benatar. Like, because that one was for sure Rock Band 2
Sí,
song.
era Rock Band 2.
Yeah.
Sí, efectivamente.
Plastic drum that What's going on? My memory's gone.
Ok, vamos al 9, ¿verdad? Sí, ok. Round número 9. Te voy a ayudar en esta, te voy a tener piedad, ¿vale?
Iron Maiden the Trooper. Oh,
Fue de regalo, ¿sí?
Okay.
Te la regalé, te la regalé, sí.
Gracias. Okay.
3 puntos y medio.
I needed that. Who's got the lowest score?
Ah, a eso iba. By this point, you already passed Ricky Marvin's score, which was 2 miserables.
Oh, okay. I'm not the. Thank you, Ricky. You took one for the team. I didn't even. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, by this point, you
I can
already...
be a loser. I just don't want to be the worst loser.
Ok, vamos al round 10, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Last round.
Oh. I'm not ringing the bell at all.
That's really that's actually a new song. It's playing everywhere right now. Have you ever listened to it?
No, I'm so behind on music.
All right.
I listen to basically like mid 90s to mid 2000s hip hop.
Okay.
And then everyone thinks this is so weird, but I listen to a lot of like kind of country music now, like
Really?
yeah, like Poor Man's Poison and stuff. Like I don't think it's a country, but like so like I'm completely out of it on modern music.
Well, that's...
I just saw my first Bad Bunny song, or heard my first Bad Bunny song 2 days ago.
I can't recognize Bad Bunny songs at all. Yeah.
No, yeah, it was the craziest because my little daughter loves this Bad Bunny guy, and I'm like, who in the hell is Bad Bunny? Like, you know, I'm sitting there like oh man, like I'm talking like really like twangy country and like old school hip hop and like Celtic punk, like that's what I listen to.
Oh, right.
And then so when she's Bad Bunny, and then I finally saw it and absolutely banned the music video. No, we don't have muchas novias around here, Bad Bunny. What are you doing to my daughter, okay?
Well, that was Harry Styles, Music for a Sushi Restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Te vamos a dar un pilón para que termines un poquito mejor en tu récord, ¿vale?
Okay.
Pero si no adivinas esta, neta me voy a encabronar, ¿vale?
I know this one. Oh, no. Oh, to me.
I'm about to get pissed off
I'm
if
so
you
sorry.
can't guess that one.
No, I definitely have heard it, but
Yeah, you sure definitely heard it. Because you used to come out with that fucking song.
oh, is that Eminem?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh God, no, man, that's actually not what I was thinking though. Oh, yeah, who's your song? No.
I am mean, what the heck?
No, I was thinking of something like different. Different song, but okay, yeah, no, but you give me that one.
Yeah, I will
Okay,
give it
that's
one.
what,
Okay.
I believe 17 points.
9?
We did four and a half points.
Now we need you to play some The Dead South.
I don't know anything about those guys.
See,
I'm a glam metal
these
guy.
youngins, glam metal.
Glam metal guy,
Okay.
80s.
Oh,
From the
okay.
80s down. Everything that's glam metal. You know, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi,
Yeah.
Wangers.
I don't know. Is Guns N' Roses considered glam metal though?
Because of their aesthetic,
I guess
probably.
so. Yeah.
But it's kind of hard rock.
Yeah.
Because this is not like... It doesn't sound like glam. But
Yeah, because exactly. Like I could see from their aesthetic and everything,
Yeah.
but like their musical style, I'm like, I don't know. Like you don't listen
No,
to like
it's
November
more-
Rain, and you're like, oh, that's glam. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's not like glam.
So-
Yeah, exactly. Perfecto, pues hiciste 4.5 gloriosos puntos. No
Like,
alcanzaste.
17 puntos, no?
No, aquí quieres pendejear aquí.
No.
4.5, 4.5, ¿sí o no? 4.5.
Cuentas.
Sí, 4.5. No,
No, vente,
ya la compró, güey.
Cuervos
No,
broken.
ya la compró. No es posible. 4 puntos y medio. No te vas tan jodido como Ricky Marvin, pero tampoco te vas con la gloria de dar cuervo. Quedaste en medio.
Okay. No, and brothers, man, you know what you need? You can you need to put Entre Dos Tierras in there. Okay, 'cause that's my favorite Spanish-speaking rock song.
There's-
You know they're from Spain, I think. No.
There's no other band I dislike the most
del Silencio?
in this universe than Héroes del Silencio. I hate Héroes del Silencio. I mean, they are good. They are awesome. But I hate their music. It puts me to sleep. It puts me down to sleep the way they play. I can't with Héroes del Silencio. I just can't. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you said that. Are you in Entre Dos Tierras?
Okay.
Come on.
It's kind of so. Yeah.
What about Musica Ligera?
It's very similar to Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. But it would be something like yeah. No, it's like
Mango de Oz. Now that you're accepting requests.
There's no other band that I hate the most.
No!
Just behind Héroes del
You
Silencio.
are not allowed to ever diss
Mago de Oz.
No!
You know how we call them
I'm
here in
about to have
Mexico?
a freaking Fiesta Pagana on your ass.
know.
What the hell?
You know how we
What
call
the
them here in
hell?
Mexico?
Awesome.
Instead of Mago del Dos, Me Hago del Dos.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Me Hago del Dos instead of Mago del
No,
Dos. Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I
no.
hate Mago del Dos.
No, you do not hate
I
them.
don't
Okay, you
like
just haven't
Mago
listened to
del
them properly. No,
No,
escuchas.
it's not.
Oh,
No le hagan
STT.
caso.
No,
Okay.
no.
Anyways, does listen. Okay, you can hate them. No. Aquí. I don't tell you. We love Mago de Oz.
Él ama Mago de Oz, sí.
We freaking love them. Danza de Fuego, Pagana
Está bien,
Fiesta,
está
Casa
bien.
del Silencio.
Está bien, está bien.
Oh, come on.
Qué bueno,
No,
esto
just
se
gotta-
rompe en géneros.
Can,
Qué bueno.
can I fire him from his show?
From his own show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
get off your own show. You're out of here. You're out of here.
Adios.
Okay, we're accepting requests for a new host. Just needs one. Okay.
Bulto Club needs another host who likes Spanish rock.
Yes, okay. It has a tin whistle in it. Anything with a tin whistle and a fiddle, I love. Okay.
No.
Plus, I have Scottish.
We
This is how
we
it-
just love 80s glam metal and
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
Oh man, I really like this guy, and then he said that, and now
And now he hates me. Yeah.
I'm calling my Uber. I'm gonna.
Ok, perfecto. Muy bien, Bultitos, vamos a pasar a la sección de las preguntas express. Jack, tienes 30 segundos para contestar estas preguntas. You have 30 seconds in
Sí.
order to answer these questions,
Sí.
right? Ready? Venga, ¿cuánto fumas al día?
¿Churros o cigarros? Una broma.
Arroba PGR aquí. How many?
Oh,
Yeah. I guess it was churros because
Como a pack, un paquete.
Un paquete. Ajá, ok. ¿De qué color es tu toalla del baño?
Well, depende, es azul.
La que tienes ahorita, la que dejaste puesta en tu casa.
Creo ahora es blanco.
Ah, blanca, ok.
Blanco o azul.
¿Qué es lo que más te gusta de México?
Chiles en hogadas. Oh, y las mujeres.
¿Quién fue?
No. Hola, Sandy. I'm just. Okay, Sandy.
Saludos, Andy.
Te amo desde el primer momento en que te vi.
¿Quién te hizo hacerte aficionado al Cruz Azul? ¿Quién tiene la culpa de que te hicieras aficionado al Cruz Azul?
El dueño del edificio que vivía es un parte owner of Cruz Azul.
Oh.
Yeah, sí, y es su culpa.
Ok. ¿A cuántos festivales
Gracias, muy amable.
¿A cuántos festivales de tus hijos tienes que ir al año?
¿Perdón?
How many festivals of your kids you have to attend per year?
Incluso como like cumpleaños todo.
Like Mother's Day Festival, like Christmas Pastorela. How many school festivals do you have to attend per year?
En Estados Unidos, like dos. En México, 30. ¿Cuántos festivales tienen aquí? Ay, Dios mío, cada semana básicamente. Okay.
¿Cuántas veces al día te cepillas los dientes?
Dos más o menos.
Ok. ¿Has probado el consomé costecho?
¿Un problema con qué?
El consomé costecho, ¿lo has probado?
No.
Have you tried consomé costecho? No, never.
No.
¿Tu arena favorita?
Well, Arena México. Pero, no, arenas ficción, Nacalpan. Me gustan las arenas más chiquitos que son más como personal. What is like personal? Yeah,
Personal.
that's it.
Como chicas.
Yeah,
Chicas.
yeah,
Sí,
me
sí,
gusta
sí, sí.
arenas chicas.
Ok, muy bien. ¿Cada cuándo te cortas las uñas?
Yo no sé, just
They just grew
cuando
up.
están largas, ya corto.
Pero más o menos ¿cuánto tiempo?
Cada-
How often?
How often?
Yeah.
Como una vez cada like 2 o 3 semanas,
Okay.
una vez un mes.
¿Estás circuncidado?
¿Un qué?
Are you circumcised?
Sí.
Alright.
Católica.
That's it, ok. Estas fueron las preguntas express. Ni de pedo las hicimos en 30
Qué
segundos.
pervertido, ¿ok?
Se tardó.
Todos los otros respuestas
No, en el
son
Bulto
para
somos
nada.
guarros.
Solo
Sí.
él quiere
Somos
saber
guarros, ¿sí?
sobre mi...
If you have this hat, we wanted to know you if you had the other one. Okay.
Look, my head does look like a circumcised penis right now.
Actually, it looks like a hairy knot, but to be honest. Bultitos, vamos a pasar a la última sección llamada putazo en el bultazo. Jack, ya llevas un chingo de tiempo viviendo aquí en México. ¿Cuántos años llevas viviendo aquí en México? ¿Como 15?
Like 14.
14, 15, ok. Para este punto, ya te debiste de aprender las fechas importantes que tenemos aquí en México, ¿no? Alguna vez escuché que te sacó de pedo que el 5 de mayo no era nuestro día nacional, entonces...
No, es...
Ahorita vamos a ver, ahorita me vas a tener que decir qué día es, ¿vale? Entonces te vamos a decir 10 fechas de aquí de México y tú nos tienes que decir qué día es,
Oh, no.
¿vale? Fecha
Yo
número...
no sé los días importantes de...
Tendrías que ya llevas pinches 14 años viviendo aquí. Va número 1. ¿Qué día es el día de la revolución?
The Día de Independencia?
No, día de la revolución, Revolution Day.
Oh.
Your kids never attend to school on that date.
No, probablemente yo también, pero... no sé.
20 de noviembre.
20 de noviembre.
Perdiste un punto.
Ah, 20 de noviembre, ok.
20 de noviembre, como el monumento de aquí de
Bien,
revolución.
sí,
Ajá,
sí,
ese.
ok.
Ok. Fecha número 2, el día de la independencia. Ahora sí, Independence Day.
15 de septiembre.
Eso, perfecto. Lleva un punto. Magnífico.
Yeah, yeah.
Un punto. Día de muertos.
31 de octubre.
That's Halloween.
That's Halloween.
Yeah.
So, 1 de noviembre.
Yes.
Oh, ok.
1 y 2 de noviembre.
Ah, ok, sí.
Y el de la independencia es 15 y 16.
Oh, por eso 2 días de calaveritas.
Exactamente.
Ah, ok.
Exactamente, muy bien.
Llevan 2.
Lleva 2 puntos, así es. Aniversario de la Constitución, Constitution's Day.
27 de junio.
No.
No sé.
No, 5 de febrero.
Ah, ok. Oh, muy pronto.
On that day, your kids also never attend to school, right? Número 4, ¿verdad?
I said them anyway.
Sí.
Vamos en la 4. Día del Ejército, Army Day.
Oh, yo no sé.
¿No? ¿Tampoco? 19 de febrero. Lleva 2 puntos todavía. Ok. Esta la tienes que saber. Batalla de Puebla.
¿Es that 5 de mayo?
Ya, that's 5 de mayo, perfecto.
Ok, ya. Sí, pero solo en Puebla.
No,
Sí,
en todos lados.
en todos
lados.
lados. Ok, well, porque en Estados Unidos creen like 5 de mayo is like el
It's
día
huge,
and I'm like really? No, it's
No,
like, I mean
it's-
it's no, but like it's not.
We don't attend to our jobs or to school, but that's it. We don't make like the huge celebration like in the States.
Yeah. I think in the United States they think 5 de mayo is the Independence Day.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I think-
September 16th.
Yeah.
Ya. Ok, llevamos 3 puntos,
Sí.
¿verdad? Ok. Día de Reyes. Tú tienes que saber.
Oh, 6 de enero?
Exacto.
Yeah.
Muy bien, 4
Yeah,
puntos.
yeah.
Perfecto.
Oh, I hate. Oh no. México, necesitamos hablar.
Yourself, bien.
Otra vez.
Día de la bandera.
Día de bandera.
Flags Day.
Yo no sé.
Tampoco, chingado.
No.
24 de febrero. Pero lleva 3 puntos. No, 4 puntos. Llevas 4
Oh,
puntos.
febrero hay muchos.
Sí,
Sí.
tenemos muchos. Último, para que llegues a 5 puntos.
Ok,
Te quedes
ok.
ahí en la... Si le atinas te damos una sexta, pero si no, ya te quedas ahí en 4 puntos, ¿vale? Este es el mejor de todos.
A ver.
¿De qué día a qué día dura el maratón Guadalupe Reyes? Guadalupe Reyes Marathon, from which date to which other date?
It just happened, no? So I think
Actually, we're going through it.
yeah. Diciembre 22? 23?
I'll give you a hint. It starts on Virgen de Guadalupe's Day.
And that's what we just had. Because, oh man, yeah.
And it finished on Reyes Day.
Reyes
Magos Day. That's the whole Guadalupe Reyes Marathon.
Oh man, I don't actually know the day of Guadalupe. Is the marathon because is that how long it took the guy that had the thing? Is that the story? No.
The guy who
He had a whole bunch of he had to carry a whole bunch of fruit in his shirt or something, and then when he let it down, there was
no, that's not. It's the first appearance of the Virgen de Guadalupe at a mountain.
Yeah. I just remember we were going to a show one time, and they closed down the whole it was like a little town on top of a mountain, and they closed down the whole carretera for it. But I can't remember. I mean, it's December 21st. December what?
Es que lo tiene, pero...
Lo tiene, pero no lo tiene.
Sí.
You say ya le voy a ayudar.
December 23rd.
No.
December 24th.
No.
December 19th.
No.
20th.
That's...
No.
Okay, just hold up your fingers.
You already had it.
December 22nd.
We're gonna go through the whole calendar and he's not going to guess.
24th?
No.
25th?
December 24th, it's Christmas.
Yeah, well, you don't even share the day,
20? No.
It's not 20.
19th, 18th, 17th, 16th? I don't know.
I can't. December 12th.
12, okay.
December 12th. Marathon Guadalupe Reyes goes from December 12th to January 6th. So we have Guadalupe's Day, we have Christmas, we have New Year's Eve, and we have Reyes. We have 4 dates on that whole marathon where we used to eat. So that's why it's called Marathon Guadalupe Reyes.
My Catholic mother and my Catholic wife are going to be very angry with me. So can we just cut this whole thing? Oh no!
Or upload it as a short.
I don't pay attention to life, okay? Okay? I got Blaze Blue to play, and you're trying to say no, I'm just kidding.
Jack, muchísimas gracias por haber estado aquí en el Bulto Club. ¿Algo que le quieras decir a los bultitos antes de que nos vayamos? Aparte de que jueguen Blaze Blue contigo.
Cruz Azul es el mejor equipo en la historia de humanidad y mago de Oz para siempre.
Qué manera de estar equivocado en la vida este hombre, de verdad, Bueno, les dejamos aquí abajito sus redes sociales, tu Instagram.
Mi Twitter es JackEvans711 y mi Instagram es CoolAssJack, pero no me envías algo sobre Blaze Blue, no quiero
nada contigo. Así. Pues bueno, bultitos, ya saben, comparten, se suscriben, todas esas mamadas que ya se saben. Esténse pendientes del Bulto Club. Se despide de ustedes Jack Evans y su tío XFito.